Good evening, everyone. My name is Joshua Fekesquest. I am here with Octavian, and I am doing his intro for his Challenger cast because he's a good chap and letting me do that. So, how's it going, man?
It's going really well, Feck. It's well handled. Good
Thank you.
intro. I could take a few pointers from that. When I started casting, actually, I would always hand off the intro to my fellow caster because I hated doing them. I love the rhythm of a cast, but I hate getting it started, you know?
Yeah. But as the name applies, these are Challenger players. You can see Double Lift and Yellow Star over on the blue side, and these other Challenger, Master and Challenger players all over here. So, I should see some decently high skills, but it's still solo queue, so you're gonna see some weird things every now and then too.
Hmm.
But classic red versus blue. These aren't official teams, but it is the the ever struggling red versus blue. So line of scrimmage is being drawn here. Not really anything exciting happening. Gangplank in the mid lane, as we've been seeing that a little bit more recently. As Barrel's hurt, man. I don't know if you've had the pleasure or displeasure of going up against a Gangplank mid, but most Barrel's hurt and they can wave clear very quickly.
And it also gives Gangplank freedom to roam across both lanes of the map. He doesn't have too much CC, but if there is CC available in the bottom lane, which with the plethora of CC heavy supports there often is, just the follow-up damage, like AoE damage from a barrel, can really make a gank very painful.
Oh, hold on. So any kind of cheeky plays we do expect here would be from Double Lift and Yellow Star. And I want to point out, Double Lift actually just got that Gromp. He stole the Gromp from QQ on the red side.
They're looking for revenge.
Yeah, might be running into a little bit of trouble. Yellow Star is there now. Determined Maple. He's going to try to get a little bit of aggression, but they're taking quite a bit of damage on the red side. GG Audi needs to be careful. May have to use his flash pretty soon if he does not back up. Biscuits are being chugged pretty quickly, and they're all by GG Audi just to save his life there. So we'll get that regen. Does stay alive, but still more aggression. It actually has not stopped yet, and Yellow Star still in the backside poking. Very nicely played.
With the kill in the Grump, they had the level advantage, at least on Double Lift, but Yellow Star might be in trouble.
Yeah, he gets flayed back, and that's an Ignite going down. Heal comes out from Double Lift, but Yellow Star gonna go down. Determined Maple stays determined, picks up the first blood. So, very nice awareness from my QQs in Italy.
Yeah, and just really, really well executed play overall as well. There was absolutely no escaping that for Yellow Star, even with all the summoners burned, but Audi might be in some trouble here too.
Never blaming going to the downstairs now, picking up GG Audi. Actually, Double Lift picked that one up, but very nice retaliation. Not first blood, but still does give Double Lift a kill. And he's a professional player for a reason. He knows what he's doing.
So yeah, we've had a lot of action on the bottom side of the map already, just moving into 3 minutes, but it's amounted to a pretty even trade overall. Both junglers have had to interrupt their clears to come down and take part, and both AD carries are the last men standing, so they still get to farm.
A little bit of aggression in the top lane, but it's answered back by Dweevil.
That's a large minion wave. I don't really think he wants to continue to fight through that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to fight.
4 or 5 caster minions at level 3 will be doing about as much damage as the enemy champion will be doing, and it's really more akin to a 2v1 than a 1v1 at that point.
2v1. I think pretty soon for the red side, though, considering my QQ is making his presence felt top lane. So we actually casted yesterday, and this is the... hold on, I'll talk about that in a second, because we have a roam from the bot lane. GG Audi making his presence felt in the mid lane, just barely missing that death sentence.
And Banana Bailey's actually placed the secondary barrel a little too far away, so you couldn't get the line of gunpowder between them. It's just a little bit of a mechanical misplay there, but I don't think he was going to be picking up the kill anyways.
Nah, but a very nice roam nonetheless. Still get the flash out of Picky Kitten, so he's going to go back, and he actually does land the death sentence this time. Parlay onto Picky Kitten. Not too much damage, though. It's still early level, so can't get anything else out of Picky Kitten. He already has his flash blown. He has the Ignite only.
Yeah, Gangplank's base damage really isn't that strong. He has very powerful scaling, and the ability to stack Sheen in an AoE is just so very strong for him, and crit AoE as well. It's where all his massive damage in teamfights comes from. But in lane, he's not a powerhouse.
Yeah, so many skirmishes early on. This is an extremely aggressive game already. We just saw Lee Sin try to battle. Or actually, it was try to invade, or getting invaded by the Nidalee. So needs to be careful. Well, he isn't Lee Sin, so he's wily.
This is very potentially a really rough situation in bottom lane here. There's nothing hugely flashy going on, but there's a very large discrepancy in how many minions are arriving between the waves here. There's like 4 extra caster minions for blue team, and that could be a really easy freeze for red, but we've got a gank in top.
Titan Dweevil doesn't have any CC left. There's a flash blown by Solo. He's still going to go down because Titan Dweevil decided to flash after that kill. Yellowstar, is Ignite going to take him down? No, he's chugging those biscuits. He's going to be safe, or at least stay alive. I don't know if he's safe with that low of a health bar. 1Q could do it. It just barely missed from Determined Maple.
The bouncing blade?
So much damage. He needs to get out of the way of double lift, but one more auto attack will do it. There's a flash to flash out of the cannon barrage, but a double kill for double lift, dodging out of the cannon barrage from Banana Bailey's. Very nicely played by double lift.
It's a rule with wild animals like Doublelift that you should never corner them. Banana Bailey's tossed the ulti behind him, and Doublelift's only option at that point was to throw everything he had at Audi, and he managed to pick up the double kill. I mean, it was either that or walk into cannon fire.
Yeah, I think it would have just been better if he threw the cannon barrage down just on top of him, because he was so low a health, probably would have died for it, so...
Yeah, he did want to pick up the kill on Janna. Maybe they were too far apart to be able to land the circle on both targets. He at least guaranteed the kill on the support.
Yeah. But now Doublelift has 3 kills. He's coming back with a BF sword and 2 longswords. So plenty of power in the bot lane. Going against Determined Maples. He's going to have a little bit of trouble here. And we're seeing that he actually does have a level advantage as well. Big shield for Doublelift and another kill. No problem, easy peasy. Piggy Kitten, though, maybe going down himself, but actually going to stay alive just barely. A lot of action still. This game is not let down.
That slow freeze that I was worried about in bottom lane, choking out Doublelift and Yellowstar, never really happened because of all of the action that just got packed into the last minute. There was a potential for a really nasty setup down there, but they get out of it simply by murdering their opponents.
Oh, that's one way to get out of most things on the Rift, because murder is not illegal, because there's some sort of heavenly spawn thing that goes on. So
there used to be a backstory.
Oh, yeah, there used to be a lot of backstory. There used to be journals, actually, but those are gone too. But there is still death, and there's still respawn, so once again, murder is allowed on the Rift. Twisted Fate, popping his ult, he's going to lock down Piggy Kitten, but get locked down. No, actually, he's going to dodge out of the big lockdown from Titan Dweevil. One more gold card. He's going to actually flash back to this ultimate, get a little bit of health, but just delay the inevitable, I believe. Never blaming. Going to pick up that kill with his Sonic Wave.
Yeah, I honestly don't know if the time reversal was the right call there, but here we have a gank in the mid lane.
Yeah, on the hunt popped, but barrels are going to slow them down, so actually Banana Bailey's going to make it out of there. Very nice use of the barrels, kept hold of his flash, and got an ultimate down out of double lift, so very nicely played.
Yeah, he didn't even have to eat any oranges to BK in that situation. And that meant that even if Janna had caught up to him afterwards, the Zephyr wouldn't have mattered. He could have just had a nice snack and gotten out of there.
Yeah, very nice awareness by Banana Bailey's. Dragon is still up. I'm surprised no one was really contested it, especially with how much action has gone on in the bottom lane. But it is up for anybody to take. There's only red wards around it right now, so Blue not in a good position. Banana Bailey's trying his best to farm, but he's taking a lot of poke for it. But he does have those oranges, so...
He's also got a 40 CS lead, so it's working out. He's okay with trading a few hundred hit points for that much of a lead.
Yeah, 40 CS lead. And
that boomerang hurts.
Very nice advantage for Banana Bailey's. Titan Dweevil. So this is an interesting matchup. You're named Titan Dweevil, but you're playing Echo, so you're not really a huge Titan. You are more of just an annoying little punk. But you are going against a Titan in Nautilus.
I mean, you don't know. Maybe Dweevils are a kind of creature that preys on Titans. And so he is a species of Dweevil that eats Titans. But there's the gold card onto Banana Bailey's as he gets kicked forward.
Yeah, not going to be able to pick up a kill in return, though. That was a nice combination of gold card and Sonic Wave. Looks like that is going to give a kill over to Piggy Kitten. Get him into this game a little bit here. Double Lift needs to be careful taking these turret shots underneath the turret, but I think he's actually going to be fine. Honestly, even with the low life steal he has from the Doran's Blade, he's still getting quite a bit of health back because of his Ricochet.
Yeah, and speaking of these AD carry items, something that just kind of reeks of desperation for me at this point is the fact that Determined Maple has picked up a cull relatively later into the game. He's at 57 stacks of it right now, 55, which means 45 of those 60 CS have been while the call was in his inventory. So he didn't have it when he started laning. It was on his first back, most likely.
Yeah, he's trying. I think he's trying to salvage what he can, get that extra gold from the call whenever it cashes in, because he's going to be farming no matter what, especially since he's down farming. But we have a teleport in the bot lane coming out from the blue side to protect double lift. There's depth charge on a turn maple and a dredge line. Double lift picking up that kill. He's 5-0-0 now. He's not just helping his team, he's being his team as much as possible with no assists. I love it.
Yeah,
typical ADC.
There's very little chance that double lift dies in just the straight up 2v2 there. The teleport basically secured the kill, but it wasn't even necessary to secure the fight, or the skirmish, whatever you'd want to call it, because Janna Sivir, with that much of an item lead, simply is not going to die to a Lucian who's built a cull.
Yeah, the cull, that is a huge disadvantage of the cull, considering it gives you the gold, but yeah, not very much in the way of power, so yeah, it's kind of a toss-up whether or not it's worth it at this point, but we'll see if this is worth it in the top lane. Piggy Kitten trying to save up that turret. Never Blaming is there in the top lane. Nice flash from the Echo to get out of harm's way. Piggy Kitten, he actually has flash. He's going to use it, and there, oh, nice rewind back into the Lee Sin. Titan Dweevil picking up that kill. Very, very nice play from Titan Dweevil. Now he's going to try to get in onto this Nautilus.
Oh, the blue card.
IQQ, the blue card, not helping him out. And now Double Lift still dominating in the bot side. Actually, it was a mid lane. We'll get to that in a second, because MBR solo going down. It's not solo for them, though. It was a 2v1. He got the worst end of that one, so...
To be fair, we both groaned at the blue card, but it might have been a purposeful choice, because it nearly did enough damage to kill Nidalee, and it is the color that does the most damage, so he might have just been hoping to kill Nidalee before she could auto-attack him.
And double lift.
As Nidalee actually did have the, the Gromp buff, and so no matter which card that Twisted Fate with 15 health attacked with, he was going to be taking some magic damage guaranteed, back from the Thorns damage to the Gromp buff. So he might have just been dead simply for attacking Nidalee. So maybe the blue card was right, but that might be a little bit too deep of an analysis for such a twitchy reaction.
I think it was perfect, honestly. That actually explains a whole lot, and it's very valid. But we'll see. See if it keeps happening. If it happens once, it's strategic. If it happens 2 or 3 times, then you're not picking your cards right.
Yeah. What makes, or as I will dive headfirst into the meme and say what separates a good Twisted Fate from a great Twisted Fate player is the usage of the other 2 colors. Because most Twisted Fates will just be aiming for gold whenever they use pick a card. That's the one they want to pick. But red card and blue card both have pretty solid usages. Even in team fights, blue card can see use. It's mainly just lane sustain, but it has its points. When the enemy's already locked down and you don't need to lock them down further, pick a blue card to do more damage, burst them out quicker. When the enemies are grouped up and nobody's particularly low or vulnerable to being caught out, pick a red card to damage as many people as possible. Things like that.
Well, the main reason why people pick gold card is because it's the only one that represents an elo. You don't want to be red or blue elo. That just means you're worse than bronze, because blue and red's not even an element, guys.
Red elo is just, it's rusty bronze.
Yeah, hold on, my QQ needs some vision, because he is going to go down. Possibly, hold on, Never Blaming, not able to get the full combo off as far as the damage is concerned, but the red buff does take him down. Here comes the calling, but GG Adi is going to be able to pick up with Never Blaming, and actually get a double kill onto Yellow Star. Determined Maple cannot get these kills, even though he really needs it right now, 1-3 and 2.
There's a bit of an overdive, and with the jungler dead, red team could potentially look for some kind of objective control, but there's just no one nearby. Neither Rift Herald nor Dragon is really much of an option, and there's such good vision control from blue. It would be very difficult.
Double lift being cheeky here, trying to get as much of a jump on Determined Maple as possible. Hold on, Twisted Fate, he's coming in. Blue card, is it a coincidence? Don't know, but he still got the kill. So I guess it doesn't really matter in the end. And no one's around to pick up the kill onto Piggy Kitten, considering he has a pretty low health bar right now. He's gonna help Double Lift take out this inner bot lane turret. But IQQ is on his way over.
I don't know that there's much he can do here.
Yeah.
Maybe he could catch out Twisted Fate if Piggy Kitten makes some sort of misstep.
He's on a ward! And now Piggy Kitten is going to go down. GG Adi carrying the red side for his team right now. catching over Double Lift as well. Another teleport coming in, this time from Banana Bailey, shutting down Double Lift. Very nice. Just teleport parlay. You don't see those too often, but MBR Solo.
So tanky.
Yeah, he's tanky. He's also massive. Now Never Blaming is there. Now it's going to be blue side to turn back onto this aggression of the red is initially established, but Tiny Dweeble. I was going to say donkey punching Yellow Star there. He had his back turned. He just whacked him upside the head with his baseball bat. Never Blaming going down because now Determined Maple is back. This is how long the skirmishes went down. And finally, a double kill for the ADC on the red side who really needed that. 3-4-2 now.
Yeah, I suppose that's a numerical advantage for red team, but once again, there's simply nothing they can do with it. The gold is certainly nice, especially considering they're at a pretty significant disadvantage and they're going to need that to come back and just be relevant in terms of items, especially with a Gangplank who's so item reliant, but it doesn't mean too much. It helps the Gangplank out quite a lot that he got some gold in that fight, and it also brings Lucian out of the massive hole that Double Lift put him in lane, but they're still losing. Not lost, but losing.
Yeah, and a lot of Double Lift is the big priority right now, obviously on the side of blue, and then of course if you're red, you want to kill him as fast as possible. It's hard to whenever you have a spell shield to go against, though. It's like you can dodge almost anything he needs to with that spell shield, considering.
Oh, Yellow Star might be in trouble here. That's
Yellow
a red
Star.
buff Nidalee.
Yeah, Yellow Star, he's just trying to get some vision out, but so much backup right now. Double Lift pops on the hunt, and now Twisted Fate able to teleport in as well with his ultimate. Double Lift picking up the kill in the end by onto MyQQ.
A good point here is that red team burned both of their teleports in the last fight, so they really don't have anything to answer that Destiny from Twisted Fate. I suppose they have Gangplank ulti. That could help out.
Hold on, Yellow Star trying to salvage this with the Monsoon. Not going to work. That was a very nice Gangplank ulti. Now Never Blaming on the wrong side of the turret with his pal.
Another double.
Lift. And that's a shutdown going over to Determined Maple, who actually picked up a double kill in that one. So he's only getting stronger as this game goes on, finally.
Yeah, he's managed to complete an item. The Cole doesn't have any more stacks visually, so I think he's going to be selling that and getting his money back. It's been slow, and it's been a bit painful, but just now approaching 18 minutes, I'd say that Lucian is powerful enough to certainly have an impact. I don't think he meets the same power that Double Lift has, but if there's a misstep on blue team, red is certainly in a position to take advantage. There's at least that.
Yeah, item-wise, he definitely doesn't match up to power. And utility, you can't really match utility as an ADC against a Severe, so a lot of disadvantages coming out or on the side of Determined Maple, but yeah, I mean, he's still staying in this. He's positioning himself well. He's throwing out whatever damage he can from the back lines and staying safe, so that's probably the most important thing right now. And Double Lift has actually been getting caught out in the last 5 minutes, so if that keeps up, he actually could outpace him in power if the game goes on. Possibly. I mean, Double Lift is pretty far ahead right now. In fact, he's about 2K up on Determined Maple, so take that for however you want.
That's going to be blue team kind of going back to basics here in the map a little bit and taking some outer turrets, Rift Herald, things that they can do without having too much opportunity to throw, and that's always the first step. You should always take the objectives that are the easy ones that the enemy team can't do anything about, if you're ahead, that is, if you're playing from ahead, and then try and push a little further. You should try and push a little further, but there's no reason not to take the outer turret that's still up.
Ooh, very nice hook on to Solo. The box coming out, but he gets flashed over. Now Double Lift dueling Maple.
No.
So we're actually going to see who's more powerful, and it still is Double Lift. That was a solo kill shut down for Double Lift.
Culling didn't hit a single bullet, so
it did not.
that is certainly a lot of Lucian's power gone to waste there. When that happens, I think Double Lift wins the 1v1.
Ooh, that was a great play by GG Audi. But hold on, Titan Dweevil, he's in bad trouble. Not get his ultimate out. Break not coming in for him there. Destiny, wow, look at those massive barrels. Just chunked even Solo.
Gangplank's got his core, Infinity Edge and Trinity Force.
Oh my gosh.
The Trinfinity Edge.
And you can tell.
Copyrighted.
Fair enough. Baron's going to be up in 8 seconds. No team really has any position to contest it right now, though.
Sivir can block a Dragon Auto with her spell shield?
I believe so, yeah.
The spaghetti is strong.
I mean, I don't know spaghetti. I mean, might be.
Is that intended?
I don't know. I'm not right.
It's like that. It's like that mechanic where you could pull the wolf into the lane, and it would like put the. It would put. I don't know if you knew about this, but you used to be able to. You still can if you have the right champions, but with any champion, you used to be able to leash the wolves far enough that they'd come into mid lane, or somewhere around mid lane on the enemy side of the map, and then if you kill them there very quickly before they run away, the wolf spirit that they spawn will go to the enemy jungle because it just goes to whichever side of the jungle it gets killed on. Apparently.
I did not know that.
And you can still do this because I'll get back to this in a second. Up in the top lane, we have a bit of a duel.
Yeah, Titan Dweevil probably wishes he had a lot more vision because he's going to go down extremely easy because you're going against a fed double lift and never blaming. He's not particularly fed, but he's not weak in any sense of the word.
I'm a little confused at never blaming's club tag. You hear the phrase 1v9 sometimes for a guy who's like, I carry so hard, my team is just a detriment to me. But 1v8, like. Does he just have one guy that he thinks is pretty good?
A dedicated duo partner.
Yeah, I guess that could be it.
Nice hook on the double lift. Doesn't have a spell shield, but nice Monsoon in retaliation by Yellowstar.
Nobody's dead.
Keep him alive though. Never blaming. Going back in, double lift may turn tail as well, but there's a double kill onto the onto the blue side. GG Audi able to bring MyQQ back into safety, who just hops back over the wall where he killed Lee Sin at. So. That was 3 members of the blue side getting caught out, and that just means the red side, they're not out of this game by any means. They keep getting kills. Piggy Kitten, though, picking up MyQQ with a gold card before any damage was able to be put onto him. So a little bit of an ill-advised jump lead by MyQQ.
Yeah, just a bit too greedy. But it is going to be a bit of breathing room for red team. They'll be able to get a top lane pushed up, even steal away a blue buff. For what it's worth, which isn't too much at this point, but Banana Bailey's was able to, so he did. Again, they can't take anything off of it, and it just feels really bad when you keep winning these fights by hairs, and sometimes larger hairs than other hairs, but you can you can never actually take anything off of them. The outer turrets are all still up. We've seen, I believe Red Team has managed to secure 1 dragon. Perhaps they even have been able to get that. The globals are just falling over and over in favor of blue.
On the hunt being popped. And GG Audis, he is completely caught out by a big CC machine in Nautilus. But meanwhile, Titan Dweevil split pushing in the bot lane. He has teleport up, so maybe looking to keep split pushing this. We'll see what he decides. Looks like he was going back, but decided to cancel it. And they're 4 men strong in the top lane for the blue side. Here comes the teleport from Titan Dweevil.
They're trying to defend at the secondary turret. I don't know if it's a good plan, though.
Well, Titan Dweevil gets melted, so that's not going to work out. Destiny popped, and now Piggy Kitten is in the top lane. It is 2 for 1 right now in favor of the blue side, making it 3 for 1 because Double Lift just took down Determined Maple, and now they're going to aggress onto the inhibitor turret. But Cannon Barrage may stop them from doing that one. Piggy Kitten very low. Banana Bailey needs to eat an orange to get out of here. He gets CC'd a little bit more for Double Lift to take down. Actually does. Solo ends up going down. But in the end, it is an ace for 3 in favor. Actually, an ace for 2 in favor of the blue side.
I feel like trying to defend that secondary turret was a bit of a lost cause. They have double teleport. Both were available at the time of the fight. Titan Dweevil's isn't anymore because he teleported in to try and hold the turret, but with bottom lane already most of the way pushed up to the secondary turret, Titan Dweevil could have stuck around down there and tried to get something, trade 1 for 1 for turrets, then maybe teleport in on the inhibitor, which is much harder to dive. Oh, that's Double Lift getting the spell shield popped, though.
Oh, a very nice spell shield indeed. MyQQ may be in trouble, but he has backup Titan Dweevil there. Now Determined Maple coming in as well. Double Lift, he doesn't have flash to use, and he gets shut down by the Lucian. So, still getting a little bit of global gold going over to his team. It's not completely lost still, but there is an inhibitor down in the top lane, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on the red team.
Yeah, I feel like that fight under the secondary turret there was really pivotal, because it didn't really need to happen, and it put blue team really significant. I mean, sorry, pardon me, red team, colorblind over here, really significantly far behind. They were on the back foot for pretty much this whole game, but now they've got to deal with super minions, and super minions change the equation in a fairly big way.
And you're talking about objective control on the blue side. They are doing fantastic at objective controlling, which they may be able to set up a Baron if they keep to their objective control games. These Death Sentence keeps landing. The Death Sentence keeps landing on Solo, but you have to wonder: is that really a thing you want? That guy's huge. Iceborne Gauntlet, Sunfire Cape, and building into a possibly a Spirit Visage, maybe a Banshee's Veil, something. It doesn't matter. He's freaking tanky. Like you're not gonna Death Sentence somebody who's like a Nautilus.
Yeah. Blue team at this point has got.
Here's Baron.
That Baron is pretty much a predetermined outcome right here because they've got the super minions pushing up top, which is going to force somebody with good wave clear up there, i.e. the Lucian right now. And they've got Twisted Fate ulti available, so he can just sit in the mid lane and keep pressuring that, pushing it out over and over again. He doesn't have to be anywhere near this Baron pit, and he can still join in a fight if it ever happened. And this is just the power of having that global on your team. That's not to say that it isn't matched by Red, but I feel like the teleports from Red team and not so much the GP ult. The GP ult's been very well placed, but the teleports haven't been used nearly as well as this Destiny has been.
Couldn't agree more. In fact, I do want to point out the Cannon Barrage was not even used. They had vision on the Baron, but decided to save it for the inevitable turret siege here on the inhibitor. So
there it is.
There it is. Yeah. They save that. Try to clear the minions. There's a big engage, but on the hunt is popped, and Solo taking up all that damage onto his Nautilus. Gets chunked pretty hard. He has teleport, but Maple sees him on a ward and dashes over, picks up that kill. So very nice kill for Determined Maple. That is a big front line down for the blue side. It makes you wonder if they can take this inhibitor turret now.
That was actually, I mean, speaking of the Gangplank ulti, a really incredibly well placed Cannon Barrage because it cut off Solo from the rest of his team and kept Double Lift out of the fight entirely. So they have one tank down, but blue team's still fighting.
Yeah, I mean, Double Lift is still extremely strong. They need to be careful. There's so much, I guess, stall on the side.
Whoa!
Hold on. There's a Chrono Shift, and that just shifted him into hell because he died and got kicked in the face. Not particularly that order, but I don't think it matters. Jesus.
As the Monsoon, just to keep the sustain going so they can keep the push. And just... This is the last legs of Red Team's game here. There's the blue card again for the massive damage.
That was the Lichbane blue card and an Ignite from Piggy Kitten.
This has been a really good performance from multiple members of Blue Team here. Piggy Kitten has had a great Twisted Fate game, and of course Double Lift coming out now at the end of the game with 12 and 4 on the scoreboard. This has been a pretty textbook victory for the most part. A misstep here or there, but nothing too significant.
A couple times, but he's been pretty much 100%, 0 to go, or 0 to 100, I guess I could say, from the very beginning of the game, getting a double kill early on. But
hook onto the fountain.
Hook onto the fountain. It's not going to be enough, though. And there is the game going over to the blue side. Double Lift putting on his backpack until his team could, walk on their own. So very nicely played by the blue side.
All right, and thank you for casting with me, Fekes. It was really fun.
Oh, yeah, thank you for having me. And just to reiterate, this is a Challenger cast. I'm with Octavian today, more like he's with me, and he's letting me do his intro and outro. My name is Joshua Fekes Quest, and it's been nice. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Hey there, boys and girls. Octavian here. Just wanted to pop in at the end of the video to tell everybody how grateful I am to all of you for watching my content, however sporadic it's been in recent months, really. And that things are likely going to be changing on that front coming fairly soon, as I have cut down my work schedule at my boring day job to only 2 days a week. And I'll be focusing a lot more on my work in broadcasting, both shoutcasting League of Legends as well as actual proper traditional broadcasting, as I've got some exciting stuff potentially going on with the local radio station, and I may be starting up some work there sometime soon, maybe. I don't know. It's up in the air still at this point, but I'm going to be taking a bit of time off from work to be able to focus on this sort of thing. So expect more content here, and perhaps expect new and exciting stuff in some other areas as well. Anyways, my name is Octavian. I hope I'll see you all next time.